episode. A little bit smaller, a little bit less people, a little bit shorter, but no less important. There, I got tongue twisted there. Welcome back to another episode of the Deep Impact Podcast. I'm your host, Bo Walker, and I'm joined by one other individual, and that is Mr. Jason Sleefus. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm here. I'm off tomorrow because we were recording this on Thursday, November 10th. Friday is a federal holiday. Is Veterans Day, signifying the end of World War One, USA. Veterans Day is Friday, November 11th, signifying the end of World War One. I have it off, being a federal employee, so I'm gonna take that time to do some stuff around the house, or so I'm telling my wife.
I mean,
I'm
that's one way to
planning
do it.
on playing Xbox all day.
Yeah, that's one way to do
I
it.
mean, there's nothing I can do outside. It's going to be torrentially downpouring from the hurricane that's hitting Florida right now.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, we just want to give a quick thank you to all of the veterans who served our country. You know, my father was a veteran during Vietnam. You know, so it's not a holiday that comes cheaply, if that makes sense. You know, it's not one of those ones that you're just like, "Ooh, free holiday." No, it came with a cost.
Yeah.
Thank you to all the veterans out there. This episode will be coming out a little bit later after Veterans Day, but we just want to say thank you from everyone at the Deep Impact Podcast and all of our families. But yeah, so this week's episode, Jason and I are just gonna shoot the shit a little bit. We had some stuff planned, and some other stuff came up where we had to call an audible. As our Facebook posts said, we had some technical difficulties last week with the episode.
Yeah.
You go ahead and as Jason was transferring it, the file got corrupted and got lost.
Oh no, not even that.
No.
So it got to 98% downloading to my hard drive, and Zoom went and closed, and I went back to Zoom, and it said, "Hey, your file didn't save because we crashed." And I'm like, "You don't say." So I contacted them and got no response. So unfortunately, that episode will be lost until we probably will do it again. You want to tell them real quick what the plan is coming forward or going forward?
So,
I guess.
as probably none of you know, Mark and I ventured off and tried to do another type of podcast. It was called OV Unknown. We recorded one episode of it, and we just never got back into it. We didn't find time. Life gets busy. So we have decided that as the Deep Impact Podcast is going to be the sports aspect of the podcast is going to be bi-weekly. On the opposite weeks, we're going to launch back into the OV Unknown. And what that is we are from the Ohio Valley. As you know, we got the Wheeling Nailers, Pittsburgh Pirates, all this stuff. So we're going to launch in and go town by town, give a brief history of each town, notable people that have lived there, historical events. So I love the history side of things. Jason, he's more of the hockey, the sports guy.
Yep.
I
will.
Mark,
I'll be covering the sports aspect
yes,
of the towns, and
yeah, and
because there's some interesting stuff that a lot of people don't know, and I'm sure I'll learn.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll learn a lot about it too. So
yeah, and Mark, he likes the notable people that have came from the towns, different things like that. So our first episode, we started with East Liverpool. We did that probably December of last year. It's been a long time since we put that episode out. But yeah, so we're going to launch back into that, give it another whirl. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. We're going to be posting about that more on our socials. But yeah, you wanna launch into the meat and potatoes of this episode?
Yeah, what do you want to start with?
Well, do you want to talk hockey or do you want to talk WWE?
Let's go WWE.
Logan Paul fucking brought it at the pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, he did.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he did.
So the pay-per-view was on Saturday, November 5th. I was with Jason up at Mark's house. We were watching some college football. Ohio State struggling against Northwestern.
Mm-hmm.
My God, that was a fun game to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But Jason and I were also watching the WWE pay-per-view premium live event, whatever the hell you want to call them now. It was from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Their crown jewel pay-per-view. And overall, I thought it was a very good, well-rounded pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get to see Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, but I heard it was
Yeah, it was they protected them so they can
yeah,
build that again for Mania. And
exactly.
Bobby's going heel.
Oh, absolutely.
Bobby's turning heel, especially with like everything that happened on Raw Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to get the Hurt Business back together.
I saw that. That I am excited for that. That is going to be.
Yeah.
That was when, in my opinion, he was doing some of his best work.
Yeah, and we know that Triple H with his new regime is very big on factions. So
Yes.
but yeah, Crown Jewel was
Yeah.
pretty solid.
I. I mean, other than uh the the Bianca Belair Bailey match,
yeah, that was kind of all over the place.
it was very much all over the place. I mean, it wasn't like
It wasn't a bad
a
match. It was just very, like I said,
yeah. I
very all over
mean,
the place.
you go from fighting in the ring to fighting up the ramp to climbing on top of a reinforced golf cart. Um,
Yeah, like
I like it was I mean to using a ladder to trap her to win the match. Like it was all over the place. I understand why they did it,
yeah,
but the main match that we need to talk about is Logan Paul Roman Reigns. The
yeah,
YouTube star, the boxer, Logan Paul, in his third ever match in the WWE, he brought it
yeah, he did.
to the Universal Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he did.
And I mean, we got some guest appearances. We got Mike and George off of the Impulsive podcast, and we got Jake Paul.
Yeah, yeah, we
I
did.
mean, we saw a frog splash uh, from the rope through a table.
POV.
Yeah, he recorded it from his on a cell phone
Yeah,
while jumping through the air, and he framed himself perfectly while he was jumping.
yeah.
Like,
It's that stuff. It's that stuff that like me and you who
yeah,
have been watching WWE for obviously you're much more seasoned than I am. I'm still pretty new to it.
see, I've been watching it. Like my parents were watching it when I was born, so I
Yeah,
grew up with it, and
yeah,
then I took a little bit of a break, and now I've gotten back into it.
yeah. I got into it maybe 2010, 2011,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere around there, and then I kind
Yeah.
of tailed off, and then I got back into it, and in college I just started watching it religiously, and
Yep.
now I watch every Monday night and Friday night. So
See, I don't get USA Network, so I don't get to watch Mondays, but I do watch Fridays. I listen to multiple podcasts about it. But yeah, like Logan Paul, he was very impressive. Third match ever. There's no denying that man is naturally gifted, athletic.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, he's doing standing toe touches over a 6'5" dude. Like, I
yeah,
mean, he's doing buckshot lariats better than seasoned veterans in the wrestling community.
yeah.
Um,
Unfortunately, he ain't gonna be wrestling for a
he is
while.
not. He ended up somewhere during the middle of the match, um, tore his ACL, MCL, and his meniscus.
Yep.
He's not walking for a while. Now, I will say he said that it happened during the middle of the match. He then proceeded to finish the match, which is very impressive,
Mm-hmm.
first off.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, you couldn't really see where it happened. There was no
No.
particular moment because my wife and I were watching it, and she's like, "So where did he tear his?" I was like, "I don't know. You could not tell."
Yeah. You also got to think adrenaline has to play into that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
But and you think about that, Seth Rollins, he had the same injury back in was it 2015? and
Yeah.
that was when his knee completely buckled. And you could see that injury happened.
Yeah.
This you couldn't. But he did a very good job of playing it off.
Hmm.
He put it to Roman Reigns, and
Yeah.
I honestly, I mean, I know it's in the script, it's set up like that. But
Yeah.
if you don't know about all this, you're just watching it, and the Usos don't come out and Solo Sikoa don't come out, we have a new champion.
Probably. We do. We need to talk about that. The the Usos and the New Day's
Oh,
promo on Monday Night
oh,
Raw.
oh,
Oh my god.
oh, that was a thing of beauty.
Amazing. And
Yep.
unfortunately, and look, I love Matt Riddle, but they should not have brought him into that segment
No.
at all.
He went from looking like a bona fide badass, beating Seth Rollins, doing all of this stuff, cage fights.
Yeah.
Like he was legit in the MMA, field. He was in the UFC. Now he's back to his pot smoking gimmick. Like, come on.
Yeah.
No. He is a badass. Let him prove that he is a badass.
But
But
yeah, like that promo by the New Day, like
oh, it was a
amazing.
thing of beauty.
Amazing. And I'm calling it right now. They they might drag this out, and I want to say it'll be by Survivor Series, but I can't say that 100%. But the Usos with Solo Sikoa going up against the New Day with a returning Big E.
See, now you
If
brought
he's
up Sur-
cleared,
you I was gonna say you brought up Survivor Series. That is the next pay-per-view, is it not?
yes, Survivor
Okay.
Series WarGames.
Yes, we are getting War Games matches, which is
Yes,
huge for those of you that don't know.
and
It is two rings side by side, surrounded by a giant ass cage.
yep,
Uh, Two people start, and then one person from another team comes in, 2-on-1. Then it's that, and then it's that, and then it's that, and then it's that, until all 10 people are in the ring. And then, and then that is when the match actually starts. The bell rings after all 10 competitors are in the ring. So you go through hell before the match even starts.
yep.
If you want to watch a good one, Peacock NXT is where they did a lot of the War Games matches,
Mm-hmm.
and the former punter for the Indianapolis Colts, Pat McAfee, put on a show. All right, he put on a show in a War Games match, but
Yep.
I digress.
And
I
kind
don't
of
know.
kind of go ahead, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I don't know. I feel like you have to have the bloodline in a War Games match.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you have to have those five.
I probably wouldn't. I don't think Roman would be in it though.
Okay, so
I think it would be the Usos, Solo, and
they've done
Sammy.
them with. I was gonna say they've done them with just four. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
here's my thing: are they going to bring back? I see. This is where I'm skeptical about bringing Big E back if he is medically cleared.
yeah.
I mean,
That's the only thing. He's
He
got
is
to
coming
be.
back from a broken neck.
Yeah,
People say that, wrestling's fake. The dude broke his neck in
yeah,
a wrestling match.
yeah.
Okay. It's not fake.
No,
Shawn Michaels broke his back in a wrestling match. Stone Cold broke his neck in a wrestling match. I mean, I don't know if you would bring him back for that caliber of a match, that, grueling, intense of a match.
yeah,
Unless, now, this is where they could do what they did with Kevin Owens a couple years ago at War Games. The other team is full, four people. Theirs is only three. They need one last person. Okay. It's, all three of them come in right before the bell rings. Boom. His music hits. He runs down. He lays everybody out, lays waste, doesn't go through a table, doesn't get thrown, through everything like that. I think that is how they could do it, is to bring him back if he
yeah,
is medically cleared to come back as Survivor Series.
yeah, yeah. It obviously all depends on that, but that's it's more just what I want to see happen more than
Yeah,
actually
you
what I
kidding
think
me?
will happen. But I hope that happens because that would be amazing to watch. And so you had mentioned those not familiar with War Games and how NXT has predominantly used it.
Yes.
The rumor that's going around the wrestling social media community right now, I can't remember the guy's name who broke it. I apologize, but he said that it is going to be crazy because the WWE doesn't have any highlight footage, any intro footage for War Games aside from the matches in NXT. And the
Mm-hmm.
problem with using those is the majority of the performers
Are gone.
are gone. So they
They're in
don't want to
AEW.
use that. They don't want to use that.
Yes.
And if they want to look somewhere else, WCW did War Games. But again, those are from the 90s. So are you really going to want to show, a War Games clips from the 90s? So this guy basically said that WWE is planning on making it just ridiculously crazy and over the top. So
I can't wait now.
uh-huh.
But no, I seriously do think that Survivor Series is going to be one of the best pay-per-views this year.
Yes.
Hold on, Survivor Series 2022. It is on November 26th. That is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
When is that? Oh, that's Easter weekend or Thanksgiving. Easter. Jesus Christ, Bo, come on. That is Thanksgiving weekend. Oh,
Yeah,
Jason,
what?
is that's Ohio State, Michigan.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because Ohio State,
No, it's
Michigan will
not. I
be,
have to work during Ohio State, Michigan.
well, okay. And I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's not
sucks.
good.
But Ohio State, Michigan will be during the day, and then 8 o'clock rolls around and it'll be War Games time. So, I mean,
Yeah.
fire me up.
Are we drinking and watching it? Well, am I drinking and watching it?
I don't care.
All right.
You
All
could come
right.
up here. You could come up and watch it with me. I don't really care.
Okay. I know we are getting together for the Royal Rumble,
Yep.
and we're
Yep.
gonna bet on it like we did last year.
And before I forget, the other big story coming out from the WWE, do you see who is scheduled to be making a return at WrestleMania?
The Rock.
Boy wonder himself, John Cena.
Oh, I did see that.
Who do you think he faces?
Austin Theory.
I think it has to be.
It has to be.
It has
It
to
has
be.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, did you see that Stone Cold said he is willing to come back and do more matches?
Hey, I mean, he looked good against Kevin Owens, so
I mean, he did. I mean, you are also going in against one of the best in the business, so I mean,
yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah. Or do you want to go college football?
We can go college football.
Because that was a big week.
It was a big week. Ohio State barely squeaked out a win against 1-7 Northwestern.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, they stressed me out so much, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So last week, like you said, Ohio State, Northwestern, TCU is still undefeated. They beat Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia, number 3, Georgia
Mm-hmm.
did come in, or they did upset good old Rocky Top Tennessee,
Yep.
27-13. Michigan State upset Illinois, the Fighting Illini.
Yep.
I'm saving one. Um, Notre Dame, the unranked Notre Dame, upset, and not just upset, handed
Rushed.
their ass on a silver platter to Clemson, 35-14. Number 4, Clemson. Bye bye, Dabo.
Yep.
And I think the number one that we got to talk about, the overtime winner, the LSU Go Tigers. I can't do the voice.
Go Tigers.
That one.
Yeah.
Upset the number 6 Alabama. The Tide did not roll. The Tide didn't get to high tide. It stayed at low tide, which is where you guys are ranked. Suck it, Alabama.
Yeah.
So Is this the first college football playoff that Alabama will not make it into?
Has to be. It has to be. There's no way. There's no way they're putting a 2-loss team in. I
They're
don't care
not.
who it is.
I mean,
I don't care
Alabama's
who it
ranked
is.
number 9.
Unless there is another top team that loses 2 games. That's
Well,
the
right
only
now,
way that I see. Say like Georgia or Tennessee. Say Tennessee loses another game. Say Georgia loses one. Say even Ohio State. Would they put, because there, I feel like there's always going to be at least one loss team in the and
well,
and
well,
I feel like it's going to be like that until they expand, which that can't come soon enough. And why they didn't just start with that in the first place, I will never know. But
well, here's the thing. There will be a one-loss team in the playoffs this season. Okay? There are only 4 undefeated teams left in the college football playoff, and they are the top 4 teams. Number 4, TCU. Number 3, Team Up North Michigan. Number
mm-hmm.
2, The Ohio State University. And number 1, Georgia.
Yeah.
Now, the last week of the season, number 2 plays number 3. One of those
And
teams is losing.
Who knows what those teams are even going to look like come the game? Because
Exactly. I mean,
Ohio
Ohio
State's got to
State,
go to Maryland this week,
Maryland is
which
tough.
is not going to be an easy game.
No, Maryland's tough.
So,
And then Michigan has Nebraska, who's not as tough.
no, but
No, no, no,
still,
no, no. Michigan, Ohio State has Indiana this week.
oh, that's right.
They're
They have
both 3
Maryland.
and 6.
Yeah, they have Maryland coming up. I know
Yes,
that.
and Maryland's tough then. So okay. Ohio State has Illinois or Ohio State has Indiana this week.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan has Nebraska this week. They're both 3 and 6 teams. Week 12, Ohio State goes to Maryland, who is a 6 and 3 team. Michigan, on the other hand, plays a 7 and 2 Illinois, who has been tough. And Michigan struggled with Rutgers. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
They struggled with Rutgers.
Mm-hmm.
Rutgers.
Yeah. So, like I said, I mean, who knows what Ohio State and Michigan are going to look like heading into the game. Like, shoot, who's to say they won't be 2-loss teams going into it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so, and let's look at the rest of this. Georgia's got Mississippi State, not a team to just shove away, be like, oh, they're going to win this game. Mississippi State 6 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they're still a tough team. TCU has Texas. Texas is favored.
Quinn Ewers, man.
Quinn Ewers, former Ohio State quarterback, transfer.
Quinn Ewers is a stud.
He is. Georgia's got Kentucky the same week Ohio State plays Maryland. Mm-hmm. TCU has Baylor again. And then, I mean, these teams are, these are tough teams that these teams have to play.
Yeah.
Last week, Georgia's got Georgia Tech, rivalry week. And then TCU's got Iowa State.
Yeah. I don't think TCU finishes undefeated.
I don't think TCU does either. If you want my honest opinion, this is going to be the Final Four playoffs. Georgia, hopefully Ohio State, Tennessee, and Michigan. If Tennessee can win out, TCU loses, Tennessee bumps up to 3, Michigan drops to 4.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, Oregon's the only other team in here that's, in my opinion, the top 6 have got a chance to get in. I mean, who does Oregon have left? They've got number 25 Washington this week, 13 Utah, and then Oregon State. I mean, there's a claim for them too. I mean, they're playing a tougher schedule than Tennessee at the end of the season. Tennessee's got unranked teams the rest of the season: Missouri, South Carolina, and Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
that might have just swayed me. Honestly,
it's gonna be a fun.
This is gonna be
fun last couple weeks.
Yeah, these last couple weeks, ladies and gentlemen, are gonna be fun to watch. So I highly encourage you to buckle up, strap in, strap on, and watch some college football. I'm sorry.
You reached a little too far for that.
I did. I came home and I poured myself a drink, so that's why. Watch some college football and enjoy. I'm just kidding. Jason, where can they find us?
You can find us on our social medias. We've got Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor. You can also watch along on YouTube. And when you get to YouTube, hit the like button, hit subscribe. And when you hit subscribe, click the little bell for notifications so you never miss a new upload.
Pating. Sorry. I was still looking around my room, seeing what the hell made that noise. I'm a little freaked out, not gonna lie. All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, signing off for this week. We'll be back next week. We're gonna start again with another Deep Impact podcast before we move into the OV unknowns. Give you guys a little draft episode. So look out for that. But yeah, we'll see you same time, same place next week. Hopefully with a full staff of podcasters here, ladies and gentlemen.
It'll at least be 3.
Yes, there will at least be 3. So yeah, bye-bye.